Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm gonna be doing my full review on the Soundcore Life P3 earbuds. I have been testing these for the past couple of weeks since my first impressions and slash unboxing, and my thoughts are mostly positive. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the Bluetooth codecs. So this is using Bluetooth 5.0 with SBC and AAC codecs. Then I'm going to move on to the cons. These are not, like, in terms of comfort, these are not good for, like, sleeping earbuds to listen to white noise or anything, even though they include that in their app because of the stems that stick out of your ears, which will kind of just bug you after half an hour or an hour. Secondly, ANC could be better, but it's still pretty good for this price category. 100 Canadian dollars. The transparency mode is kind of robotic sounding. It's not that great. It's useful, but usually I have to take out the earbud to talk to someone comfortably. There are no sensors for, like, the music to pause whenever you take them out of your ears, which is very understandable because these are, once again, $100 earbuds, and they're bassy. Some of you will like bass. I like bass, but I will get into this later. So, now we move into the very long list of cons, or pros. Firstly, they're cheap. 100 Canadian dollars. I bought them before they launched, basically. So for 75 Canadian dollars, which was a great deal. They come in 5 different colors. So I have the black here, as you can see. But there is a navy blue. There's an almond white. There's like a teal blue and a red, which isn't really red, it's more pink. So once again, for comfort, these heads are relatively small, which will make them much more compatible for many more people, including me, surprisingly. The ear tips are standard, so you can use like spin fits or whatever. I'm just using the stock ear tips, as you can see. These do have dual connect, which is basically you're listening to music, you can put one into charge, you let the other one play still. It'll go into like a mono mode where all the sound's coming out of that one earbud, which is quite nice, actually. And they're loud, like pretty loud. Usually I don't keep them on 100. You can go around 60, 50%, something like that. They have fast charging, which means about 5 minutes in the case. For one of these earbuds, we'll give them about an hour of charge, which is nice for those times when you need to juice up quickly. Battery life is pretty good, so it's about 6 hours with ANC on, and 6 hours, 20 minutes with ANC off. So that's not necessarily based off my testing. I just cross-checked a bunch of places for that info. And there's a gaming mode, which basically brings down the latency, brings up the trebles, and brings up the bass. So it makes the gunshots thumpier, makes the footsteps a little bit louder so you can hear them in games like PUBG Mobile or COD. And it makes the latency less, but it will significantly reduce your battery life. So now, moving to the Soundcore app. So there's minimal latency for videos and casual games. There's a slight bit for playing FPS games, but with the game mode, it's pretty much done. There's multi-mode noise cancellation and transparency modes. and an EQ and touch controls. And then these have IPX5, which is pretty nice. So I'll have my conclusions right after I go in depth on the Soundcore app. So now that we're in the app, we have a couple of options. So this is where you see your devices. So we just go to device settings, and as you can see, it shows your device. So I have the Soundcore Life P3s, and it shows some battery life for the left and right earbuds. So if we head on over to ambient sound, this is what shows us what mode we are in. So currently I'm in normal, but I can switch over to transparency mode, fully transparent, or vocal mode. Vocal mode will try and target voices. And fully transparent will just try and bring everything a little bit louder. Noise canceling has 3 modes. Transport mode targets a little bit like lower end frequencies so that it removes engine noise and road noise. Indoor tries to eliminate voices and mid-frequency noises, and outdoor reduces the ambient noise in general. So once we head out of here, we have a gaming mode. So this basically reduces the latency and enhances the treble and the bass. The treble is for like footsteps and the bass is for like gunshots, basically. We can head on to the EQ, and here is they have a bunch of presets that you can choose from. As you can see, they come with the Soundcore signature by default, and they have a bass up feature which basically just adds a lot more bass. I personally like to keep it on piano as it makes it a little bit more balanced sounding. But you can also customize these. So whatever preset you choose, you can start customizing. So if I was crazy, I wanted to bring the bass all the way up, I could do that. I could just adjust this like crazy. So that's the custom. I just keep it to the default for the most part. Here we have a bunch of basically ambient noises for sleep. So there's wind, boats, clocks, ticking, raining, etc. So here is where things start to get a little bit more interesting. By default, single tap will be disabled to try and reduce accidental taps. I just turned it on, so my setup is a little bit weird. My right earbud for single tap is set up to do play pause. The left one is set to do volume up. Double tap for both is supposed to do previous and next respectively. And hold for 2 seconds is supposed to change my ambient sounds and my volume, lower it. So once we head out of there, there's a tip fit test. So you basically fit them in your ears and it'll play a relatively loud tune basically, and it'll like tell you if you have a good seal or if you need to change your earbuds or what, your ear tips. For the most part, and there's you can update the firmware here. So yep, I'm up to date, and you can turn on a touch tone, which basically makes like a sound when you do anything with the touch controls. So that's the app. This is a test of the Soundcore Life P3 earbuds in a relatively quiet environment. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Earbuds for pretty much anyone. Apple, Android, if you're primarily using it on a phone, if it's on a desktop or something like that, they're still pretty decent, but the Soundcore app is what really makes these shine. Yeah, so these are 100 Canadian dollars. These work amazing compared to my old Empow Swifts, which I have been using for years at this point. Those were my dad's, and I just wanted easy Bluetooth. Let me tell you, it was not easy. The connection and the disconnection and everything, Bluetooth 3.0, it was pretty junk. But it worked. These work better. So I hope you enjoyed this review, and hit that like button and subscribe button if you enjoyed this type of content. And please, don't just check my review, check other reviews. From channels like El Jefe Reviews and Canoop, see if he's doing one. Because I'm just one opinion. See you guys next time.